Hello StarCraft fans, this is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between JustKorty and Railgan on Dusk Towers. Yes, this is Railgan. He has been supplying replays to me ever since the beta, for which I am very, very appreciative. He usually sends me really incredible games, so I'm very excited about this, and you should be too. In the top side of the map, we have the red Terran player representing NA. It is JustKorty. Sounds like a TV show, right? It's JustKorty, like from the 90s. And in the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player hailing from nowhere, but it is Railgan. Yes, this is GM level StarCraft 2. Amazing stuff here. Railgan also says he's improved his play since the last cast, so I'm excited to see what's going on here. For a while, he was very distracted with Overwatch, which is Blizzard's new game coming out, like, I don't know, maybe this year sometime. It does look fun. It's a kind of a first-player, not kind of, it is a first-player shooter, first-person shooter, where you have a lot of different people and awesome abilities, and some of them can teleport, and some of them can create turrets, and it's kind of like a first-person Team Fortress, but looks pretty amazing. Again, it's beautiful because it's Blizzard, and so I think that's what's going to attract a lot of people to it, and the gameplay should also be fantastic. So anyway, the point is, he was distracted by that beta for a while, but then the beta ended, so he's back into StarCraft, and he sent me this replay and suggested I cast it, and you know what? I trust Railgan, and so should you. Here comes an SCV scout. I'm going to see, oh hey, an extractor, a spawning pool, a hatchery, hatch first into spawning pool, into extractor. Well, no big stinking deal. Actually, no. Spawning pool first from Railgan. I'm a giant liar. Spawning pool into hatchery, into extractor here. Interesting build, interesting build. Meanwhile, the most standard of all builds, the Reaper Expand, coming up from JustKorty. Unless... gosh dang it, I gotta need to pay more attention in the early game sometimes. This is a command center first into a barracks with a extractor, and by extractor, I mean a refinery. A refinery too, so... huh, so both players going a little bit weird. Command center first for JustKorty, spawning pool first from Railgan, but getting that Roach Warren up sub 2 minutes. That is a quick Roach Warren. He has to be planning for some early aggression here, which could be a problem for JustKorty, considering that barracks just now finished. And really, I don't even think he should bother with a Reaper. No, he isn't. He recognizes there is a spawning pool up way before that barracks even completed. Any Reapers that came down would die immediately to them. And a Roach Warren 2 is now done. So, I mean... Railgan's planning on sending out some Roaches and some Ravagers to kill him some Terran here very, very soon. It's 21 at 219 Harvesters. JustKorty's in the lead. Throwing up that factory. Some Siege Tanks will be very useful in the conflict ahead. This isn't a great map for Roach Ravagers just because of this narrow ramp to get into the main, to deal with the main and the second base. Like Orena, other maps have really huge ramps to get into that place where you can attack both bases at once. But no, really narrow ramp, tough go. Tough go. But we'll see if Railgan wants to try it or not. I don't see a third base on the way, and he's definitely not saving up his minerals to get there. He is droning, however, he's caught up to the Terran player, 22-22. Terran player going for the factory, and double bunker. Man, he's ready. He's so ready for this. He knows there's some two-base aggression coming from the Zerg, and he's just throwing up bunkers. He's getting himself a tech lab for those tanks. He wants to be ready so bad, getting Marines as well. But Railgan... actually has 3 Roaches. He's droning up like crazy right now. He's getting 2, 3 at a time. Injects, creep spread, and there goes the third hatch. Was that a feint by Railgan? That might have been a feint. I mean, maybe he was prepared for some proxy stuff. I mean, these Roaches are here, but this isn't anywhere near a crazy all-in from Railgan. He's just putting on pressure, getting his own third base, killing an SCV, which is great. Gonna try him kill himself a supply depot. The positioning on the bunkers... I don't know about this, because the SCVs come in and try to repair, and they just get killed. So you might be able to snipe down that supply depot, although that tank's just about to finish. As soon as that shows up, the Roaches are going to have no effectiveness whatsoever. Also a Liberator coming out from the starport that was right here, right north of the factory. So Railgan did some damage there. I mean, it wasn't massive. Resources lost 150 for JustKorty, 3 workers died, and 6 minerals lost for Railgan. I want to say that was a cancel of some sort that I might have missed. Railgan is getting a lair and is getting double evolution chambers. A lot of gas here too. 4 extractors up. As soon as this one completes, he'll have a ton of gas coming in. Creep spread. Again, pretty fantastic. He does have a creep queen. Total number of queens is 3. And he's up 39-31 harvesters. So I don't know. Maybe scaring JustKorty into playing super defensive was the right choice here. But again, the 3 the 3 roaches did do a pretty good job. Overlord Scout sees the extra barracks, recognizes this is a bio-focused Terran player, which, again, bio is kind of the way to go in Legacy of the Void. You want to mix in some Liberators, you want to mix in maybe some Hellbats, some Widowmines too. But Marine Marauder and Medevac are the core of the Terran strategy, and as they have been since Wings of Liberty. Lair just about to finish for Railgun. Let's see what he does with that Lair. He's got a Spore Crawler coming up. Where's that Spore? Not over here, that's for sure, but the Ravagers are ready, saying, please, Liberator, go into defender mode. I beg of you. Spore Crawler here. Might move into position... Ah, here it is. All right. I mean, I don't... 1, 2, 3. And is that enough? Yep. 3 Corrosive Biles, enough to take down a Liberator. He traded 1 drone for that Liberator. That is a trade any Zerg will make any single day of the week. Resources lost tab. 325 minerals, 150 gas for 150 minerals. Total lost for Railgun at this point. I gotta stop doing that. There it is. Units lost tab. So 3 base to 2 base right now. 58 to 41 harvesters. Railgun, again, macroing like a boss right now. Salvaging the bunkers. JustKorty looks like he's moving down in preparation to take himself a 3rd base. Command center is on the way to land there. And an SCV. So... I mean, I feel like Railgun really threw JustKorty off his game. He hasn't been very aggressive at all. He sent a single Liberator out at about the 5-minute mark. Didn't really manage to kill anything at all. And Railgun's up to 60 Harvesters here at the 6-minute mark. He's almost at the magic number of 70. SCV rolls in, sees a couple Evolution Chambers, and that's it. I mean, sees obviously there's a base here, but he knew that already. And yeah, no drops. There are Ravagers here ready to make sure that no more Liberators come around. Spore Crawler. Here comes the drop with some Marines. 8 Marines inside that Medevac. Gonna try to clear out creep. I just don't know what else they can do. Is that another Spine Crawler? Alright, so getting that static defense. Railgun playing this so well right now. APM for these players, 169 for Railgun, 295 for JustKorty. Playing fast. Really fast. But again, Railgun super up in worker count. A Ling surround, enough Lings to actually kill these Marines, especially with Banelings to pick up in a retreat with the remaining 4 Marines. 4 Marines a lot less scary than 8 Marines, so nice job by Railgun picking that off. And here comes JustKorty with tanks, with Marines, with Marauders, heading right down the center path of Dusk Towers to try to destroy his Zerg opponent. I think the hatchery will finish though. Yep. So it's officially 4 base to 2 right now. If JustKorty can't kill this 4th or make something happen, he's in a lot of trouble, in a world of trouble. Lings trying to kill creep tumors. They do. They kill a couple, landing on the high ground. Ling's running in here as well, trying to kill some stuff, trying to get some tanks. The tank count pretty high. Baneling rolls in, gets exploded. Good focus there. Hive on the way for Railgun. Did he have a Spire just completing there too? Infestation Pit, maybe that was. But moving in is JustKorty. It's JustKorty. He has Marines and Marauders and tanks and Medevacs, and there are a few Ravagers here and a couple Roaches and a few Banelings. I worry that Railgun might have over-droned here, losing that base very quickly. There are a bunch of tanks on the ground. Pretty good positioning here, splitting up his units, killing all of these creep tumors. Railgun is losing his hard-fought creep spread. Corruptors on the way, though. Additional upgrades for his ground units on the way to the Hive, just about to finish. Here are some Ravagers and some Roaches and some Banelings. Couple good Baneling hits there. Not amazing, though. The tanks really providing amazing cover for this small group of Marines and Marauders here. But a lot of Roaches. They are +1 armor. These guys have no upgrades whatsoever. Working on that +1 attack. Not quite there yet for JustKorty. More reinforcements coming on down, but the Marines and the Marauders losing units here and there to the Roaches. Roach DPS is pretty good right now. Corrosive Biles landing, not really hitting much of anything at all, but again, against a good Terran, that's what you could really expect. Marauder overextending a little bit here. Production tab, Corruptors, 10 Roaches on the way for Railgun, and there it is, getting that surround, but a pickup and a retreat by JustKorty. Banelings trying to crash in and kill all these tanks at once. No, going after the Marines, chasing them down and ending up killing a tank, changing direction there. Corrosive Bile thrown down on one of the tanks there too. Railgun manages to break the contain. He manages to break the contain. Another Marine ends up dead, and that's it. So JustKorty not really taking the opportunity to fly around this backside and drop while that front was besieged, but he probably needed everything that he had just to sustain that. But he did get his 3rd base down. Nicely done, continuing to make Marines, Marauders, getting that +2 attack. Not really worrying about armor upgrade, which I find surprising. I think Bio was a lot better with that armor upgrade. But JustKorty has other plans in mind. It is 68 to 53 Harvesters, 139 to 90 total supply. And Railgun, check this out. Ultralisk Cavern on the way, +2 Carapace on the way, +1 attack, +3 attack for Railgun also being researched. Creep spread continuing. Railgan has a bit of a gap here where he lost all of his creep tumors, but that's alright. And his hatcher's getting replanted too. Marine killing a creep tumor? No! I like the Corruptors in the air. They do really well against Medivacs. There are 5 of them, so we didn't go crazy with those. I don't know if Railgan can wait for Ultras, though, because if he lets JustKorty get maxed out here, spending his money very well. 59 Harvesters, I feel like he should have a couple more than that. Marine does kill a creep tumor and then gets annihilated by those lings. Bad place there. Chitinous plating on the way for Railgan. Another Marine getting chased down on the creep and exploded. +3 attack, again, just about to finish. And 2 Ultras on the way, as well as a Greater Spire for Railgun. Is he going Broodlord Ultra here? That's kind of crazy talk, but seems entirely possible on 4 base anyway. If he can get the extractors up here, he'll need this extra gas to make that work. And I believe he will be able to do so. 68 Harvesters. Hasn't really made any workers lately here. Income tab shows, again, not as ahead of the Terran as you would expect. It is now 69 to 59, and Mules make up the difference of about 10 workers there. So again, JustKorty is down on SCVs, but it doesn't really matter. So here comes another drop of pure Medivac. Going to try to swing on into the main base. There's a Spine Crawler here. That should help a little bit. Also, if an Ultra pops out at an opportune time, that would be very useful too. There are Ultras in production. And look, there's one, but it's running away. Oh no, the Lings come on in. The Lings are ready to go. Spine Crawler poking away too, and the Corruptor's going to chase this down. Oh, poor Medivac! Medivac does not know where to go at all. It's maybe try to go into the natural, but there are queens. There's a Spore Crawler here. Might it accidentally scout out the Greater Spire? It does! An accidental scout out of the Greater Spire here, but Corruptor's going to absolutely murder this thing. A full Medivac dies. Okay, just about full, not quite. But Marauder's killing more creep tumors. 4th command center here for JustKorty. He's holding on. He is down 197 to 151 total supply. Railgun is a really nice army of Lings, Roaches, Ravagers, Ultras, Broodlords in the air just to round off the complement. Upgrades on these Ultras is +2 attack, 7 armor. Yahoo! +3 Carapace to bring these guys up to 8 armor is on the way. And +3 attack just about to finish there too. JustKorty meanwhile getting Marines, Marauders, +3 weapons, +2 ship weapons. Vikings, I guess, are a good answer here to the Broodlords, but here come the Broodlords. There are Vikings in the air. There are Liberators in the air. Defender mode circles ready to go, but Corruptors attack! And they do. They get some shots off there. Can they get shooed away by all of these? Whoa, Liberators and Vikings. Yes, they do. And going for it here is Railgun. Defender mode's on the ground. He does not care at all about those circles. Killing the tanks immediately. The Ultras absorbing a lot of the damage. Broodlord does end up falling, but the Viking count may be a little bit too high, because look at this. The ground army going after this planetary fortress with 2 Ultras here with, again, fully upgraded attack. Is it enough to kill the PF with this repair? Doesn't look like it is. Meanwhile, the Roaches and Ravagers going to town on the second base. Ultras chasing SCVs away here. Planetary Fortress has 22 kills and is going to be able to get through there. JustKorty does have enough money to hold this for a while, but more Roaches and more Ultras are here. If they come help, Corrosive Bile taking down one of the Liberators. Nicely done, Ravager. Just enough to do that. And again, 22 kills on the Planetary Fortress. Railgun backs on out. He doesn't have quite enough to deal with that PF with all the repair that was available. I think he could have probably focused down those SCVs with a few of the Ultras, but instead did not. That's okay. He has 5 bases now, up to 70 Harvesters. And he does have the income from the gas that he needed from this base. JustKorty is getting the Advanced Ballistics upgrade that increases the range of Defender mode circles by 4 from Liberators, which is very nice. I think he probably needs Ghosts, though. Thor's probably not the way to go for JustKorty. I'm not sure that he has watched any DreamHack recently, but if your Zerg opponent goes Ultras, Ghosts are definitely the best answer. With that steady targeting ability, man, just eats through Ultras. Bypassing their armor entirely is so strong. A Ling run by as Railgun is freeing up supply here. What is that? Alright, they forced a pickup though. Ling's going after SCVs. Planetary Fortress killing more and more Zerglings. And all of these workers are dying. Just a sheer Ling run by. Killing a ton of workers. 38 SCVs have died thus far in the game. The Ultras just stay back home. They don't even bother. Don't even bother moving in here. JustKorty playing now about 270. Railgun's moved his up to about 212. He's definitely increased his speed as the time has gone on, and now he's taking a 6th base, expanding like the boss that he is. So what's he planning on doing? He's going Hydras, possibly into Ultras, right? I mean, not in Ultras, into Lurkers there. +2 Flyer Carapace, Muscular Augments. Okay, maybe he's going to stick with Hydras then. That would seem like a good choice. Another drop coming out for JustKorty, going to find this 6th base. And another 2 drops. Oh, no, actually, there's Vikings. Those are Overlord hunting. They don't see this one, though, unfortunately for them, but fortunately for Mr. Overlord. +3 weapons. +3 weapons for JustKorty here. Railgan might want to hold off on his Broodlord construction, but that'll work out. Marines do finally chase down this Overlord, and the drop is going to move down for JustKorty. This hatch is done. Killing it would be very beneficial here. Vikings find an Overlord there. Corruptor's coming in trying to save it. Can they do it? Yeah, they distracted enough. Liberator trying to kill stuff. The Corruptors have pretty good upgrades, though. But again, +3 arm attack almost there for these air units. One Viking does end up going down. These guys over here for some reason and now hitting down, but the army is coming in for Railgun to try to defend this hatch. Gonna happen. Yep, Marines immediately turn around, hightail it home. Pick up, boost out. Liberator here with a Viking dropping down at this base. There's no static defense here. There are no Ravagers, but good pull from Railgun. Excellent reaction time, recognizing what was happening there and getting the heck on out. Lings come in to absorb some shots. He doesn't care if Lings die. Hydra sniped down a Viking, though. Hydras might be able to get rid of this if they can reach it. I'm not sure what their range is right now with the muscular augments. Let's take a look. It is a range of 6, so maybe from here to here, feels like you could probably do that. Creep spread continuing for Railgun, but it is 4 bases for JustKorty, 200 to 175 total supply. But he has his army pretty spread out pretty well here. JustKorty is afraid to move on to this creep with a big army, so he needs to send a smaller group forward to kill this creep tumor mess before it gets too out of control. And here comes some Hydras going to try to chase him down, but they are so fast with Stim there. Finally, a Corruptor shows up to try to kill this Liberator. The armor, +2 armor, I think outranks the +2 attack. As you'll notice, the Corruptor really holding his own here against the Liberator. Single target damage, not great for Liberators, but man, splash damage for multiple targets. Amazing. Hydras sniping on in. Ultras coming in from the backside. There are a lot of Vikings here. Marines and Marauders stimming, trying to kill what they can, but no full retreat, leaving the Liberators to die. The Medivacs getting out of there too. Railgun saying, you may not have a 5th base. Please do not come back soon. Thors, no upgrades for the Thors especially. They just don't do that well against fully upgraded Ultras when there's this much of a difference there. And he really hasn't had the time to upgrade his mech either. He's been spending all of that on his air attack upgrades and his ground attack upgrades too. Small group of Marines, sacrificial guys, scouting it out and dying. Broodlings being thrown down. More Broodlords in the air. Total number of 2, but 4 morphing in to bring the number to 6. Another sneaky drop here for JustKorty. And is he going to drop this base? Nah, this base is a little bit juicier. Especially, however, there are Lings, there are Spine Crawlers, there are Hydras rolling up to... Yeah, just back out. Just back out, Korty. Your drop's not going to be successful at all. Liberators defending this base with 3 Defender Mode Circles. Going to land the Orbital Command, rather just a Command Center on over here. Lings holding the line. I don't think I've ever seen Lings line up like this. Oh, I know. They were killing the rocks. And then the rocks died and they just sat where they were. Okay, that makes sense. As Railgun is actually taking the gold. That is a very rare outcome in these games for anybody to take the gold on Dusk Towers. But Railgun has decided to do it. This appears to be not a base yet. Overlord is pooping creep in a random spot to make sure that doesn't happen. But end up getting destroyed here by these Overlords. Another drop heading on down. Pooping creep everywhere is Railgun. Another drop here, getting shunted away by the Spore Crawler. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make this work, but he's going to get the Spore Crawler. However, there are 2 spines. These are all Marauders, however. As another poke up here, there are Broodlords throwing down their Broodlings on top of everything there. The Viking and the Liberator group comes on in. This Planetary Fortress trying to do what it can. Moving away, though. So many Defender Mode Circles massacring everything on the ground. Ultras crashing into the front of the Ultra does end up dying. Broodlords throwing down the Broodlings. The air units are kind of focused on them, but not really. Ultra trying to take this down, and it's so close, and it does! It barely takes down the Planetary Fortress before getting destroyed. There are lurkers on the ground, spining through everything, but JustKorty's up 174 to 118 total supply. He really handled that well. A lot of Liberators in the air. Railgun did not have enough to deal with it. The Hydras were a good idea, but not the greatest in the entire world. A Lurker with 5 kills finally gets taken down with a scan. Small attack over here. The Marauders do get cleaned up by Hydralisks. More Broodlords on the way. I don't know if Broodlords are the answer, Railgun. I know you like them, but... Oh, drone transfer! Run, drones, run! Okay, sacrificing themselves so that some of their friends can make it to the gold base. JustKorty feeling brave. Some Hydras here backing on out, just trying to delay desperately trying to delay the Terran army. He has 4 ultras on the way. He has 3 broodlords and some hydras here too. A command center being built just outside of this creep. Hasn't really sent anything to get rid of the overlords, but I think that's going to be all right for him. 69 to 49 harvesters right now. Hydras coming from the top side. Broodlords throwing down them their broodlings, trying to kill all the Vikings in the air before they take down the broodlords. Not working very well. All the Hydras are gone. No, they're not. They're up here. The Hydras actually tearing through the Vikings pretty darn well. Getting focused by the Marauders and the Thors, though. They are finally forced to retreat. Broodlord here does have 6 kills. It is a Slayer. Ultras pop out, though, at just the right time. Fully upgraded Ultra is going to force JustKorty to retreat here. Defender mode circle is ready to go. The Thor gets absolutely annihilated. But it is enough, again, to make Railgan back on out. SCV's long distance mining from this base fully up and running now for JustKorty. And replanting this hatch is Railgan after he lost it to that Marauder attack earlier. Perhaps the positioning for the spine crawlers wasn't the greatest. He's going to lose that spine too, as it's not on creep anymore, and this one will probably die before the hatchery finishes as well. So it's now 167 and 132 total supply. Finally, these overlords get chased away so that this command center can actually land in a place that is more optimal, besides like 50 feet away from the minerals. But has the gold base, does Railgan. He needs those minerals. He has quite a bit of gas in the bank, but he needs minerals. He has Hydras on the way. Ultra count, pretty darn scary though. It is, where are those ultras? 11 ultras on the ground. Liberators, many liberators though, as there are 14. They actually outnumber the ultras. A small ling attack at the front door, trying to get what they can. Might get this armory to stop those upgrades. Nope, going after Marines instead. And finally getting cleaned up by a bigger group of bile there. Creep spread continuing for Railgan. He's lost a lot of creep tumors though. How many has he lost here? Does it show me on this loss tab? Yeah, 38 creep tumors have died to this point. APM continuing for these guys to be over 200 in this GM level game. Overlord getting spat in the face by those liberators. And Ultras and Lings just kind of patrolling around right now. Composition-wise, it's 1 Broodlord, 11 Ultras, 2 Corruptors, 8 Hydras, 6 Lings for Railgun, and 86 workers. That might be too many workers for Railgun here. 86 is a lot. That's a lot of available supply. You don't have a drop here for JustKorty right inside the gold base, though. Drones, get out of there. Drones are getting out of there. Liberator sets up here at this base again, killing more and more workers. This hatchery definitely going to fall. +3 stemmed Marauders do amazing against buildings. The army way out of position, but there's another Liberator here. The Corruptor needs to take it down. Corruptors are going to take it down. Liberator, though, with 15 kills. That Liberator, she is a captain. She has been upgraded in the military. Corruptor has +1 flyer attack and +2 flyer carapace. Finally taking care of that threat, but this one just manages to escape without taking any damage at all. Railgun is trying to replant this gold. How does he break this is the question. I mean, that's a lot of defender mode circles. I mean, maybe just swing in with a big group of Corruptors. Once the Liberators are gone, your Ultras can pretty much clear this out no problem. I think might be the plan. However, Railgun is getting infestors. He's getting +2 missile attack, +3 flyer carapace, and a Liberator adding to that 15 total kill count with an Overlord. And there it goes, exploding and falling to the ground. Alright, so are there Vipers in the air? Vipers in the air too. Oh, Parasitic Bomb could be good against these air units. That might be a good idea from Railgun. Setting up at his favorite hunting ground, her favorite hunting ground rather. The Liberator is going to kill more and more of these drones, up to 18 total kills. A good pull from Railgun this time though. And how does he deal with that? The whole army pulling back, expanding everywhere is JustKorty. Look at these bases, 65 to 57 harvesters. Again, the income is actually benefiting JustKorty right now. Despite being down in that worker count, a small group of Marines does get absolutely mangled and destroyed. 28 kill. Planetary Fortress wants you to come in. Huge, huge, huge group of defender mode circles here. Actually going away and trying to defend over here. Just getting scanned very, very well, though, by JustKorty is this army. Trying to find a place to attack where there aren't a ton of Liberators. Railgun has to be feeling pretty frustrated right now. Going to knock down these rocks so he can attack into like the 7th base here, but Liberators are here and doesn't care. Parasitic Bomb being thrown down on all of these Liberators. Oh my goodness, they're evaporating so quickly. Corruptors trying to clean out what is left here. The Ultras are on the ground. Vikings, not much use. There are Thors with +2 attack. I don't know if it's enough though, Railgun. I think you had that. I don't know what can kill your ultras here. There's just not enough on the ground unless they stutter step away, which they probably could. And okay, I guess the infestors are gone too. That's kind of a problem. The Vikings are chasing away the Vipers. Oh, are they going to get caught? They're going to get caught out in the middle, trying to consume here, trying to pull energy off of that. Maybe. It's entirely possible. One Viper does end up falling and consuming in the wrong position, running away. One ends up dying there too. Overseer dying. Viking count looking really fantastic right now. Vikings doing a great job, actually. Railgun going for additional Ultras, additional Vipers, getting that +3 Flyer Carapace. And Ghost production has started for JustKorty. So he's dancing back and forth here. 200 to 193 total supply, 25 minutes into this game. I don't know who's going to win. This is actually insane. Checking to make sure this gold base has not been taken. Railgun breathes a sigh of relief. Says, you know what? I'll take it then. I'll take this and put a hatchery at it. No big deal. Alright, so JustKorty's mined out in his main. He's mined out in his natural. He's mined out in his third base just about. Not many minerals left there at all. His fourth base looking okay. But he has basically 3 fully mining bases. To Railgun kind of mining here, fully mining here, fully mining here. And actually fully mining here. Looking pretty good at his fourth there too. Another drop with Marines, forcing these drones to run again. Once again, they're all going to die, but that's okay. That was what they were meant to do. A static defense here might not be a bad idea. He is so close to this base from JustKorty. Missile turrets being thrown down everywhere, I guess to deal with the corruptors. More infestors have been popped out for Railgun. Just getting those upgrades, man. Getting +2 flyer attack, getting +3 missile attack. JustKorty continuing to make ghosts. He has one. He has another one on the way, getting more Vikings. But again, he's maxed out. There's really not much he can do. He might be just sacrificing Marines for the sake of it. Another Liberator attack. 8 kills on this Liberator, stopping all mineral mining entirely at this base. The Vipers, they use the Abduct and the Hydras take it out. Good Abduct. Good Abduct play using Consume all in this hatchery. And here comes a big attack, though. Going to try to take down this gold Liberator, setting up defensive defender mode circles to cover their flank. And this base definitely going to fall. All 6 or 7 of these workers are going to die. And they do, along with the hatchery. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for JustKorty. Coming to defend his base is Railgun. He might try to trap the army in here. I don't know if that's possible, though. There are a lot of medevacs to evacuate with, and so many defender mode circles just trying to dance around them. Could Railgun just go for a base race? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about just heading and killing the Terran base. But then he says, no, come on in. Defender mode circles, I don't care about you at all. Lots of parasitic bombs on all this ground. A lot of fungal here, too. Yep, the Thors melt almost immediately. So many Liberators almost dying. 4 hit points on those Liberators. Steady targeting is going down. And once again, the Ultra's back on out. Liberator back. Nope, it's a new one. Trying to kill more workers, up to 5 kills. Corruptors are going to clean them out, though. And pretty much all that's left are air units and like a small handful of Marines. Moving in here, but again, the stutter step backward and pick up and a runaway. Defender mode circles coming up. Corruptors coming in at an angle, though, and actually taking out one of the Liberators very easily. Trying to get another one. Viking count and Liberator count so high, though. Ultras don't give a care. They're walking right through that circle. Corruptors trying to kill as many things as they can. Actually killing a couple units there, and then heading home. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, steady targeting does actually get off one of the Ultras, taking it out. Steady targeting is not enough to one-shot an Ultra, obviously, but it does do 170 damage, which is pretty awesome. Steady targeting is 50 energy, so a fully energied, fully equipped, a full energy ghost? Yes, a full energy ghost can actually use this 4 times in a row, which is enough to kill an Ultra. Will take some time, but it's pretty good. Another Liberator ends up falling. This might be the last stand for JustKorty. There are Corruptors, there are Ultras, there are a ton of Hydras here with +3/+3. Steady targeting, taking out 2 Ultras very quickly there. JustKorty knows what's up now, man. Has that ghost count. So many Ultras have died. 17 Ultras have been killed. 13 Broodlords have been killed. Resources lost tab. 38,500 minerals for Railgun. 17,500 gas. 25,000 minerals for JustKorty and 10,000 gas. Both players have lost around 40 workers, but Railgun has actually lost more at this point. Where did he lose his hold on this game? He was doing so well. Okay, going back to Banelings. He's like, Banelings were pretty effective in the early game, weren't they? Yes, yes, you know what? I think they were. Alrighty then. A ghost does end up falling. Defender mode circles are here. The Banelings trying to roll in, and the Ultras get right on top of everything here. Corruptors trying to kill everything in the air. Fairly tanky. Banelings might get some good hits. No! Don't kill a lot of units. There's still a bunch of Marines left here. The Hydras do not want to fight this at all. The Corruptors neither. They want nothing to do with this whatsoever. Full retreat here for Railgan. Finally getting back to the safety of the creep. Running in with his Lings now. And retreating back is JustKorty. The Ghosts are getting killed, though. As you can hear their death screams. The Vikings killing everything in the air. The Ultras on top of Thors once again. Upgrades on the Thors looking okay. Good Thor micro, though, from JustKorty, actually. Keeping one of them alive. They do have +3 attack. Wow. The Ultra crushing on through, though. The Lings, the Hydras. They are right at the front door of JustKorty. Oh, full medevac with a Thor ends up getting taken down by those Hydralisks. Some, actually, Hellbats. Surprising Hellbats up there. 127 to 120 total supply. This is neck and neck. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the 30-minute mark, can Railgan make it work? Lings roll in. There's a planetary fortress. Maybe not the best place for them. This one's a PF2, and this one's a PF. So anywhere you're going to go, Lings, you're going to have a hard time without Ultra support, Baneling support, something like that. The scans for JustKorty are on target, though. Maybe this planetary fortress with 29 kills is another good, juicy target for Railgan. Nope. No, it is not. Moving into Lurker production. So kind of dancing around different options here with his tech. Replanting this gold base. Railgun just running around. Army supply, 2,800 minerals, 1,100 gas for Railgun. 3,700 minerals, 1,300 gas for JustKorty. Upgrades looking pretty good for both players. Another drop up here. A bunch of Marines trying to take down this hatchery with that +3 attack and that stim. I think they'll be able to do so. Lings are trying to kill him, but nope. Change their attention for just a second. Is the hatch going to fall here at the gold base? And the answer is yes. Railgun cannot save it. A bunch of Marines get picked up and boosted on out of there. Another attack here with a Hellbat. Blue Flame Hellbat. Oh no, workers. You don't get one shot, but just about 5 hit points left on those guys. Not a good place to be. Mules landing down. That's a weird play by Korty. Mule's actually landing down here. Long distance mining from the gold base. Might we see this? I don't know if we're going to see this map mined out. That seems impossible. Sensor towers are up for JustKorty in opportune positions to defend his 3 mining bases. Income tab. And once again, JustKorty is definitely ahead here. It's 65 to 56 harvesters. Alright, so we have Hydras, we have Lurkers, we have Ultras, we have a whole bunch of Lings. Spine Crawlers finally getting some of that static defense he needed a long time ago at this gold base. Is Railgan sitting just outside the sensor tower circles. He doesn't want the enemy to know where he is quite yet. Hellions trying to roll in. Nope. Lings chase them down immediately and get a full surround. Ba, 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 ba. Thanks for playing, Hellions. You are all dead. These drones whisper, thank you. Thank you so much. Burrowing some Lurkers to siege up this base. Yeah, sensor tower falls almost immediately. Missile turrets dying too. Defender mode circles here, but running away. Running away from the defender mode circles here is Railgun. Another big attack with more defender mode circles. Baseballs are everywhere. One Lurker dies immediately. It looks like a 3-shot from that defender mode attack in order to get a Lurker that's upgraded to this point. More circles everywhere. JustKorty has so many Liberators. I think he's trying to zone out Railgun to attack this gold base again. Yes, indeed he is. He's heading right up that ramp. Railgun's going for it. Railgun is tired of these shenanigans. He's going to kill the supply of JustKorty, the production of JustKorty. And JustKorty actually decides to head back home. All right, he's going to try to catch Railgun here and crush him inside his own base. Ghost Academy going to fall, I think. If the Lings focus on it, they are fully upgraded Lings. They should get that building down, no problem. But the defender mode circles are here. They are ready to go. They are ready and waiting. The refinery falling too. Oh boy. All right, here it is. Railgun walking through defender mode circles, though through the valley of death. Though I walk, Lings trying to kill that planetary fortress. More and more Lings. Ultras on the ground, tearing through most of everything. One Ultra falls though. The other one ends up dead too, and that's it. A GG from Railgun. Railgun is defeated. JustKorty's victorious, and Railgun has left the game. Wow, what an amazingly well played game there by JustKorty. Liberators, man. Liberators were good. MVPs. 13 Liberators. surviving at the end of the game. 46 were killed, though. What? JustKorty made 60+ Liberators in this game. But you know what? JustKorty also killed 25 Ultras, 30 Corruptors, 13 Broodlords, 11 Infestors, 6 Vipers, 6 Hatcheries, and 380 Lings. Effective, man. JustKorty himself did lose, again, 46 Liberators, 17 Vikings, 54 Workers, 8 Thors, 9 Tanks, 49 Marauders, 145 Marines, 7 Ghosts, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. So again, I think JustKorty came out on the positive end of that, obviously because he won. But again, I'm not sure that Railgan, it was a good idea to move on up here. He was just trapped. There's nowhere to go. He didn't have anything to deal with these Liberators. Yeah, I think I said this before, but I really feel like Railgan's best option might have been just to get a whole bunch of Corruptors, rock them in here, destroy every Liberator in the air, and then just bring your Ultras, your Lings, whatever you needed to do to get rid of these Thors and Marines and Marauders, and I think he had a good shot. But in the end, JustKorty, he was really active with his Liberators, again, setting up Defender Mode Circle Zones to zone out Railgan, doing some fairly effective dropping. Railgan had a ton of bases and a pretty good bank too, but I think he was just frustrated with dealing with the strategy from JustKorty, and he tapped out. So that's it. And that's it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.